Hello awesome viewers, welcome to AC Studio. In my last video, I've already reviewed the latest JOYTOY Space Marine 2 Marneus Calgar, and now we're gonna look at the Victrix Honour Guard. I'm quite sure everybody who got the Calgar will get 2 of these figures. So JOYTOY probably makes so much money out of these 3 figures. And if you haven't watched the video on the Calgar, please have a look. I'm not highly satisfied with this figure because of the painting and also the painting defects and stuff like that. So, but it is a very good looking, highly detailed, really well sculpted figure. And now in this video, let's see how good these Victrix Guards really are. And let's have a quick look at the box and then open it. So on the box art, straight away on the shield, you can see they got these recessed details on it. These patterns. So it's looking very nice already, right? By the look of it. And also these are the accessories. It seems like the number of accessories are actually quite similar to the original Victrix Guard. Anyway, let's open it and have a look. Very nice already in the box. Yep. It comes with the instruction booklet, just like Marneus Calgar, and it is good for people to understand how the light works and stuff like that. And the light has the same function as Calgar, so I'm not going to go through this thing again. Let's take a look at the accessories first before we look at the figure. We have the power sword. It's a very nicely sculpted, beautiful sword, and you can see there is the tip color change from a darker gunmetal to a lighter silver, looking very nice like this, quite dynamic as well. And there are letters in the middle, Ut Pro Imperator, and on the other side it also has Gloria Imperator. Letters are very fine, very nicely done, and I really like this part of the sword as well. You got the skulls on it, and they got this encave area on the sword, looking beautiful. See the acrylic here as well, beautifully sculpted. Also look at the handle here as well. It is not straight, it is actually slightly curved out as well in the middle. So you can see here, looking very nice. So this whole sword looking beautiful, and in particular under the light, you see it is quite dynamic, very nicely done, yeah. And then the next one is the Ultima Storm Shield. Look at this shield, my god, it looks so good, isn't it? Look at the sculpt of this shield, is incredible. Look at all this beautiful, sculpting of the feather, the wings, and also the extra bolts, extra details at the corner as well. And the U, it is white, but they put a wash on it. They attempt to put some kind of copper wash on the recessed areas. I can see that, but it's not very obvious. But at least they put it on there, right? Make it looks a little bit better. And here, I don't see any wash on it because the sculpt is so good, right? Without the wash, it's still looking very nice. And what's special about the shield is inside here, the blue parts here, it got this recessed, patterns on it. Look at that, look at it, absolutely beautiful. Look in the middle as well. If you compare to the previous Victrix Guard, you can see the size differences here, quite obvious, isn't it? And now looking at this is nothing, but this is amazing. And what I really love is the gold. You can see this yellow gold, and this is what I mean by the pink gold. Looking at this white, Ultra, the U, this should be a little bit more like this, but it's okay, they put the rendering on it. Doesn't look too bad, but I think this one will look better with the white here, with a little bit of weathering in it, rather than this whole thing fully weathered. And on the other side, you can see you got the edging going around the shield, looking very nice. You got some details in it, and then you have these straps here that actually helps to hold onto the hand. So on this figure here, that is how it looks like. You can actually move it around as well. So this is basically a pack and hold like that. If I want to display it like that as well, without twisting the arm, you can do this like that, or like that, or whatever. Yeah. So this design is the same as the previous Victrix Guard as well. Pack design, same thing. Yep. What JOYTOY has learned is, the old Victrix Guard, the figure holds the shield, but the shield relies, entirely on the hand. But the problem is, after a while, you can see it becomes very flimsy, very loose as well. And I think because of that, JOYTOY has improved the design, so it can prevent it from, being loose on the hand, and it doesn't flip, it doesn't do anything, not like this one, like that. kind of a soft plastic. Yeah, it's a hard plastic so that the shield can be stabilized, you know, on the hand. But the only thing you cannot really do is this is already strapped together as one, right? So it doesn't able to do things like the old Victrix Guard does, right? You can actually hold it like that, but at the same time you can actually twist like that, right? Like this. So it doesn't do that. You always have to stick it together. So when you move the arm, it moves together, right? So it doesn't give you the flexibility of turning the shield like that. So all you have to do is move it together like that, right? But it doesn't give you the extra angle, right? The rest of the accessories are just exchangeable hands, so I'm not going to go through them in details. Anyway, now let's have a look at the details of the figure. The helmet looking beautiful, right? The acrylic is absolutely amazing, right? If you look at the sculpt compared to the game, right? The one we see in the game, it looks exactly the same as the game. Yeah, so it was sculpted really nicely, right? And for the eyes, same as Calgar, you have a button battery inside, so all you have to do is tap. You can see the lights in the lens, which lasts for 30 seconds, or you tap second time. You're gonna get a breathing light, as you can see here. Look at that. So it's actually just come on and off, like that. And also lasts for 30 seconds. Right. Basically, the whole body is very similar to the Titus in some way. You know, body frame, the size of the hands, you know, shoulder pad, everything is the same. Of course, you know, the decoration is different, so you can see the acrylic is different from the Titus, and it also got the extra rope here as well. Beautiful. Ultramarines U. The hand also got this laurel details with the Ultramarines U in there. Look at the U closely. You can see there is actually raised edges, you know, of the U. Beautiful, isn't it? These are the small subtle detail, which, you know, I think JOYTOY did really well. Even if the U itself, you can see there's an outer layer which is recessed on the edge. Absolutely amazing. And this is on soft plastic. The iron sculpt with a little bit of, you know, silver highlighting on it. Beautiful. The rest of it, I think, is pretty standard. Pretty silver as well. But also on this side panel here, you can see they got this, you know, leftover black paint on it, which is not very good. And one shoulder pad actually got a silver edging, whereas the other shoulder pad got this very nice decoration along the edge. And also got these details which is hidden by the cape. Let me pull the backpack out and see if I can take a look at it. It's how it looks like, right? Got this very nice sculpt. Got this like recessed squid ultra in it. The skull as well. And on the other side, got this Ultramarines U. The backpack looking very nice. You can see the Titus figure got this, you know, darker blue and also with the black shadowing on it. But whereas in the Victrix Guard, you can see there are hardly any shadows except this part here only, right? But otherwise, you know, it is actually the same backpack, but the painting is less interesting in this one. The color doesn't look as good as the Titus, and compared to these two, you know, you can obviously see. Otherwise, yeah, it still look very nice, very similar in some way. And in terms of articulation, it is the same as Titus. So they're just wearing similar armor. So yeah, there's no differences. But the first thing I saw on the guard is this cape here, right? Apparently it's actually quite similar to Alpha Legion console. They have this cape actually fixed onto the shoulder pad. So instantly you go, oh, you know, is JOYTOY going to do the same thing again on the Alpha Legion console figure, right? They have this cape, the hand movement is limited. And I was like, oh no, because I really like this figure, I don't want the same happen on this figure, right? And then when I test the articulation, I was like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. The hand can actually move up like that. So that's pretty amazing. It is something that the console cannot do. And the reason why this doesn't affect the articulation too much, well, it can still, you know, affect it, right? You cannot really able to move back or too much like that. You can only do that, right? Because this cape is stretched to the limit now, you see? But the reason why you can still do this, go all the way up, is because you look close to it, right? You see there's a little gap. You see this not tightly fit onto the shoulder pad or the pauldron, you can see. So it has a bit of visibility on it, right? And another reason is this is not attached there, right? Not right in the middle of it. Rather, it is actually at the front, at the corner of this, you know, pauldron. So what happens is it actually gives you more visibility to, you know, turn around, and it is also soft enough, right, to allow you to move back. And also because it is also at the very end with a bit of gap, so it allows you a bit more space to move it back, and that's it. And another thing I like about this is because they actually stick up a little bit, so make your figure looks a little bit better. For size comparison, so we look at the Titus. It is exactly the same height as Titus, and then we compare this to the Space Marine 2 Calgar. They are the same series, so this is a height difference between Calgar, and I put the other one together like that. Is how it appeared in the game. And then we also compare this to the so-called original line, or the old Victrix Guard. You can see that the height differences is quite obvious, and in terms of proportions between elements and the body build or the body frame design, Space Marine 2-1 definitely looks better than this one. I still really like this one because it fits into my vehicles, right? Space Marine 2 and the original one together, so that is the size differences between two teams. Even though now I got this new Space Marine 2 Calgar and the Victrix Guard, but I still really like the original one. They still look really good. So as long as you see them as a separate line, then yeah, you like both, right? Now comes to the end of this video. I don't think I need to say anything. This guard, regardless how good or bad it is, to be honest, as long as you got a Calgar, you get two. I don't think anyone will actually get a guards and not getting the Calgar, isn't it? The articulation, the sculpt, everything is just really good on this figure. The painting, not as good as the old one, but still good enough. And funny thing is, for the painting, I think it is a little bit better than Calgar itself. The shield is great, the proportion, the look of it is absolutely great as well. So there's no reason why you don't want to get it. Unless you're not an Ultramarines person and also did not get a Calgar, so you won't bother to get the guards. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you like it. Please give me a like to support this little channel. Otherwise, I'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.